I am asking the gentleman to stop recording us because I don't feel comfortable being on camera and my client having to be able to leave the store because she doesn't want to leave.
What? Who are they?
Huh?
I have no idea.
I don't know.
Never
They
seen
have been
them.
there. I'm recording there too to prove everything they have been saying to us. So everything is recorded there. So my
Okay.
client has to be able to leave. They
What's the deal?
They can't do that because they're
Sorry?
outside.
Put that down. You're going to talk to me.
I'm not going to put my camera down.
You can put your camera down. It'll still record.
I'm
and
not
I'm
putting my
recording.
camera down. What is the issue?
The issue
Let's start with that. My name is Jason. How are you?
I'm fine, Jason.
And who you are?
I'm Officer Shep.
Nice to meet you, Officer Shep. Why don't we have a cordial conversation, de-escalate a little bit here?
Well, we
You got
tried
a
that.
one-sided story. You haven't spoken to me yet.
No, I have a patron who cannot leave the store
No,
because
she
she
chooses
doesn't
not to
want
leave
to
the
be
store.
on your camera, and you're
That's-
refusing to put the camera down so that we can have a cordial conversation.
I don't need to put. You're not going to put your camera down anyway.
I
let's
don't get to,
Let's
but
have. Neither
nice
do
try.
I. Neither do I. Nice try. So let's have the cordial conversation. I'm out on a public sidewalk taking some video. And this woman wants me to stop videoing the public sidewalk so her client can leave.
She doesn't want you to video her store. That's
She doesn't-
private property,
No,
not
it's
a
not.
public sidewalk.
Do you really believe that?
That her store is hers? Yes, I do.
That I can't film it from the sidewalk?
I didn't say that. I said she doesn't want
Let's cut
her
through the chase.
store
Let's cut through the
filmed.
chase. I know the law better than you do.
Oh,
and I'm not
good.
putting my
You're
camera
one of
away.
those.
So what are you going to do about it?
Why are you here?
I'm filming the sidewalk.
What? The sidewalk is
I'm
this
filming
way.
people walking. I can film anything my eyes can see. You know the deal. You know the story, so don't go there.
Well, you already insulted me and said I don't. But
No, I didn't
I'm
say you don't. I said I
asking
know the law
why
better than you.
You're filming the store.
Because I'm filming people. I'm going from one business. Not that I owe you an explanation,
You
but I'm going
do.
to give you. No, I don't.
You
Oh, well,
do
now I'm not
because
going to
you're
give you one.
in front of a private business.
Doesn't matter.
Blocking the entry and
No,
exit.
I was standing right over here. Nobody's blocking any entrances. Don't try
You
that.
mean now that you've moved?
I walked up there to talk to you. Let's not start playing games. Everything I do is on cameras.
Okay.
Nice try.
So you're not going to tell me why you're here.
I told you why I'm here.
No, you said you're filming the sidewalk.
I'm
which
making a video.
That's not the sidewalk.
I can film anything I want. I can film. I'm filming you. I can film inside the
Yeah,
store.
I
can't-
gathered.
I can't go into her store unless she invites me in.
Okay, I'm just asking you why you're filming her store. It's making
Because
her
that's what I
uncomfortable.
feel like doing.
So you're just instigating things
No,
for
not
the
at all.
hell
I've
of it.
been out here for hours, going store to store, 5-10 minutes
Okay.
in front of each store.
So you've been here for hours filming 5 to 10 minutes at each store.
That's
So you
correct.
have quite a bit of footage of the stores. But because somebody asked you to leave, now you have to what? Harass her?
I wasn't harassing her. I stayed here because she called you. I would have been gone already.
Feel free to go.
Am I free to go?
Yeah.
Okay,
Goodbye.
so I'm free to stay.
No.
Sure I am.
Okay. 3M6, can you start either 3L63 or 4L64?
And a matter of fact, I'll take a supervisor. I'd like to speak to your sergeant.
Oh, I bet you would. He's
Yeah,
on
what-
his way.
I have PC for white pants for DC for both of them.
For what?
For harassing them. She had to stop her business to
Here's
adjust them.
everything that I have been said.
Okay.
What's your name?
For DC.
You are going to give it to me
For what?
because we're investigating a crime.
A crime of me standing on the sidewalk? I haven't
That's
said a
what-
word the whole time.
That's what you say.
Okay.
Jason, what's
You
your
said-
last
You said
name?
your supervisor's on the way, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to wait and speak with him.
No.
Yes.
You seem real confused about
I'm really not
the fact
confused.
that we were called here for a reason
You were called here for somebody taking video on a public sidewalk.
of a private business
Doesn't
and
matter.
preventing someone who doesn't want to
I'm
be
not
on
stopping anybody
camera
from leaving.
to leave.
Do you think that's legal? What statute would I be violating?
You're
That's the case?
causing a disturbance at this
No,
business.
really not. She caused her own disturbance.
The patron caused her own
No,
disturbance
the
by
owner of the
shopping in a
shop,
store.
The owner of the shop
The patron.
decided. No, the owner of the
The
shop.
patron is inside this store who doesn't feel comfortable to leave because you're in a pissing match with this owner.
I'm not in a pissing match. I stayed here waiting for you because she told me she called you. What do you want me to do? Run away and leave so you can go look for me? I'm not running anywhere.
Well, I
stayed
don't
here waiting for you.
to be combative and not provide
No,
any
no,
information.
You came out
Why?
with an attitude, and I told you what I'm doing. And I asked you if you wanted to de-escalate, calm down, and have a cordial conversation. You don't want to do that.
I
wanna
told you I
bark
already did
unlawful
that.
orders at me and tell me to do things I don't
Oh,
have
okay.
to do.
Right. Got it.
And you just told me I was free to go. So
Yeah, you're
not-
refusing to
you're not
leave.
investigating the crime. I don't have to leave.
You're refusing
I'm
to
on a
leave.
public sidewalk. You can't
And?
trespass me from the public sidewalk.
I didn't
unless
say you're
broken the law.
trespassed.
Good. Well, why would I have to leave then?
You asked if you could leave.
Right.
I said, yeah.
Right, for the purpose
you
of telling
did.
you, then that means I can stay.
Okay.
Exactly
That's
right.
that's not, but
It is. And listen, I'm not trying
What's
to give
your
you a
bar
hard
number?
time. I'm not trying to give you a hard time, okay?
are you kidding me
And
right
I'm
now?
not standing. I'm not going to stand here.
Are you kidding
I'm
me?
not going to stand here and get my rights violated by somebody.
Are you
who doesn't
kidding
know
me?
the law. Are you kidding me?
No. You've insulted us from the moment we got
Nobody's
here.
insulting you.
You're more knowledgeable about everything. You're
Not about
refusing
everything,
to identify
no.
yourself.
Not about everything.
You're filming a sidewalk,
When it comes
except
to,
for
when it
not
comes to the
sidewalk.
law, as far as
and
these-
this.
when it comes to the law, as far as me standing on a public sidewalk taking video, I've been doing it for 35 years. I know the law. I also know you're supposed to have your emergency flashes on when you park in the middle of the street. I know a lot of things.
I bet.
So maybe I'll turn them off
306.
before you
I'm just
start.
confirming. I need a 3L63 or 4L64 to come to this call.
And it's really not a big deal. You're going to learn something today.
Copy, thank you.
You can't chase people off a public sidewalk for no reason. It's not the way it works.
Okay. So are you refusing to provide your name?
Do I have a lawful reason to give you my name?
I told you
Do you
why.
suspect me of a crime?
Yeah.
What crime do you suspect me of?
Well, I'm talking to you, and my partner's talking to them.
So what crime do you suspect?
Disorderly conduct.
Okay, well, we'll wait and see if your sergeant agrees with that.
Okay, so you're refusing to provide your name. Got
I
it.
told you I want to speak to your sergeant.
He's on the way.
Okay, so when your sergeant gets here, if your sergeant tells me I lawfully have to give him my name, I will. Him or her, whatever it is.
Yeah. And you're refusing to say anything.
Same thing he said.
Great.
I know,
And-
I know the law.
I
know my rights.
got it. I don't need to hear any more about how you know the law.
You don't need to hear about anything. I think you need to be educated on the law, and I think your sergeant's going to do that for you when they get here.
Okay. That sounds good, Jason.
How do you know my name?
You introduced yourself.
There you go. So I gave you my name.
No, you didn't.
You just said I introduced myself.
As Jason.
That's my name.
That's your legal
That's the
name.
they
No
gave me,
last
wasn't it?
name, no middle name.
No, not
I
yet.
find that hard to believe. What company do you work for?
I'm not going to answer any questions until your sergeant gets here.
Okay.
And then maybe I still won't, but I probably will.
Do I have
depending on
6
how
stars
long.
a third?
You're making a mountain out of a molehill.
Start us a third.
And you really should try to be a little more professional. You're throwing around false accusations. You said I was blocking the door, I'm preventing somebody from leaving. None of that happened.
If you would have let me finish, the patron does not feel comfortable leaving because you won't stop filming the store. There has never been any problem with you filming the sidewalk, with the
There's
exception
no problem
of
with me filming the store.
you're not filming the sidewalk. So why are
You wanna
you
look
trying
at-
to
you wanna
make
look
her
at my
uncomfortable?
I can film whatever I want from the
That
sidewalk.
wasn't what I said. I told you why we're here. You don't like it.
No.
That's the difference.
No, it's not.
She doesn't
Yeah.
want to leave
So
and
what's
deal
your
with
story?
this.
You think you said a few minutes ago that I'm doing all this to create a scene?
You are.
So but now you're saying I don't like it that you're here. So which one is it? If I was trying to create a scene, I'd be happy you're here.
You have created a scene.
No, I really have not. I'm out here minding my own business, taking video on a beautiful day, not bothering a soul. And this woman
Except
wants
for
me
you
to-
are bothering a soul. That is my point.
not lawfully.
Okay.
No.
All right.
Not at all.
Okay. Well,
So what if I was out here not filming? What if I'm out here reading a book and a person says, I don't want to see your book, books trigger me, and I would like you to put that book away so I can leave the store?
okay.
It's foolish.
Thank you, officer, very much.
Exacerbating fear. There's nothing to be afraid of. A couple of guys out here. Do I look like I'm out here breaking the law? Do I look like I'm out here with any nefarious intent? Not at all.
Yeah.
just wait till the limit.
Yeah.
I'll run it by them and see.
Yeah.
But we're not at 31. You can't film there. This is still you. We're right to finish.
Did you hear who's coming? And Adam 6, which supervisor's 902?
And also, can I just get your name so I know who's here?
Badge 1461.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Copy.
Can you read it back? How are you doing?
Good, yourself?
Doing all right. How are you?
Guys,
How you doing, son?
well, you tell me.
So, well, my name is Jason.
Jason. How you doing?
This is my son, Ben.
How you doing, man?
So, we're on YouTube. I don't know if you've ever seen our videos before. No. So we make travel videos for YouTube.
Okay.
We've been here since early in the afternoon, walking around the whole town.
Okay.
Basically what we do is we go in front of each business, 5-10 minutes, get some people walking in and out. Usually wind up having some funny, entertaining conversations with people,
Okay.
business owners, customers, whatever. So we're coming down this way. We had a couple nice interactions with people down here. Stopped here, started filming. This lady came out, told me to stop filming. The guy that works for her said stop filming because she has a customer that wants to leave the store. I said, your customer can leave this. And I'm standing all the way out here. I was nowhere near her. So then she insisted that I stop filming. I said, I'm not going to stop filming. I'm out here, but for you coming out here, I'm going to filming you. I'm just filming sidewalk over. Doing all that? Might have, but I don't, you know.
Do you think that this makes everyone comfortable?
Well, that's a whole other discussion.
Well,
So,
that's-
I'll tell you what.
but that's what I'm
answer.
asking you,
I'll answer.
because-
Sure. I'll answer. Some people love being on it.
Right.
Some people
And
love.
some
Other
hate
people
it,
don't.
right? Okay.
Yep.
So
That's
you-
why I make
you-
very sure.
you doing what you do, wouldn't it make sense if somebody comes to you and has an issue with what's going on and it's just causing problems in front of the business to just move along?
Well, and if she didn't call you, I would have been gone. And like I said, I'm in front of each business.
How long have you been here?
Since we first got here, probably a half an hour because I stayed
No,
here
I
waiting
mean in
for
front
you.
of this particular
I
store.
was here for probably less than a minute when she first came out.
And how long have you been here?
Adam
20
6,
minutes.
when did we get this call? It is 1802, and this call came out 1734.
Right. So you've been here for a half an
Copy.
hour.
Because I waited for the police. She said she was calling. I'm not going to run away if she said she's calling
Right.
the
But
police.
what is the point?
I told you I'm making a travel video about the shopping
Right.
district.
But my point is if you got all these stores to go to, right?
Right.
And you've had no issues with any interactions with any of the other stores, correct?
I have had the first negative interaction of the day.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
That being said,
Yeah.
why stay and continue to be an issue?
There was not even a chance. You're talking about a
Okay,
minute.
You're missing my point.
Well, first
Okay?
of all,
So if you're walking around and you got all these stores to go to,
Yeah.
and the one that causes issues for you and you're causing issues
oh, like
for
I
them,
said, if she didn't say she was calling the police, I would have been gone already. I waited because she said she was calling the police. I don't want you to have to look
how
for
many
me.
times did she ask
She
them to
was-
leave?
Multiple, and she was filming them before they called the police. The kids still refusing to
Well, I'm on a public sidewalk, so I never went into her store.
I understand that, but you're still right in front of the doors.
No, I was here. I was literally standing here. My camera was like this, and I purposely set up so I have a view down the sidewalk that way and a little bit of the front of the store here, and people
So
walking by.
you weren't filming into it?
When she first came out, no, I was not. Nope.